Okay, all right, everyone, welcome back. Gladiator Fighting Championship. I have here next to me, no stranger, Mr. Cody O'Connor.
So,
Cody Cobra O'Connor.
seemingly that's something called. So,
Right on. First of all, congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
There was a very dominant fight on your behalf. How do you feel about that victory?
I feel great. I put in the work, trained twice a day. One class 6 o'clock in the morning, and the other evening class from like 6:30 to 9 or whatever. Putting in, want to become professional one day, and yeah, that's about it.
Heck yeah. So, I guess let's talk about this fight in general. Like, what were you feeling kind of coming into this? Like, did you have any expectations, or?
I knew he was going to be a heavy grappler. Wanted to push me up against the cage and take me down and pound me out through the rounds. That's how he won his first 2 fights, and he's very good at that. So I put a lot of respect into that type of training,
Right on. So at the very beginning, there was an accidental shot to the groin there. What happened there? Did you know you did that right away, or were you hoping maybe you kind of hit the inside of his thigh or something?
I was trying to knee his leg. I actually try and not really knee to the body, because when you're kneeing into the body, their groin is there. So
yeah.
If they move down or if I miss aim, it was really accidental. I didn't really want to go for much knees to the body, because especially after hitting him in the groin, it can easily happen.
Absolutely.
Completely unintentional though, and not what I wanted to do.
Yeah, no, it's tough, and it happens. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That's why they get, that's why you get quite a few minutes to recover from it. So the rest of the fight, you pretty much dominated and kind of to manhandle. What was it? Terrible with names.
Not sure.
Matthew O'Neill. The last time I interviewed him, I was calling him Ned Flanders.
yeah, I seen the interview.
You were able to, kind of, you just pick him up, move him around, put him on the ground.
Yeah.
Do you obviously you trained to do that, but is that something you were expecting to do today in your training?
I was expecting to do a little bit more striking, which I think I did, because I want to keep getting more comfortable with the striking. Because in my first amateur fight, I kind of shot the bed, because just fighting, it's one thing doing it in the gym, that's no problem, but fighting in front of a crowd, I just didn't want to be there. And then after fighting 3 times on shows since then, 1 Alta fight and 2 amateurs. So I'm getting a bit more experience being in front of people,
Right on.
When I sign up for the fight, I'm completely grand confident, but the last week, maybe 2 weeks, I'm just terrified. Not because of my opponent, but just the atmosphere of fighting.
Yeah.
The weight cut, fighting in front of people that are on his side or my side, whatever. When there's people watch me expecting to perform, and I just hate the process, to be honest. Didn't want to be there.
Did you have to cut weight for this?
Yeah.
How much?
I was walking about.
Can't imagine you'd have to cut too much weight.
I dieted down a bit, to be honest, because
Okay.
I was in holidays in Spain for a month ago before that. So,
okay.
I was I think about 71, 72 now, maybe. I weighed in at 66.
Right on.
Last week, just so nervous. Am I good enough to be here? Just all these thoughts are going into your head. But at the end, as soon as you step out to the cage, all that goes away. But only as soon as you step out. The lead up to it, the waiting around for a couple of hours in the stadium or community centre stand, whatever, it's just miserable. But
what do you do to kind of really keep that in check, to make kind of this nervousness or fear or whatever you want to call it? How do you keep that from overcoming you?
I don't know. I mean, it did overcome me in my first amateur fight, absolutely. And the other fights, it just kind of, as soon as I maybe 10 minutes before I walk out, or when I walk out, or when I step into the cage, then I gain my confidence. Just by that going away, and I have to fight, no choice. But I do love fighting, I do love grappling, I do love kickboxing. But it's just once the lead up to it is just, I don't know. It's got something I'm getting better with, I suppose, but just the lead up can be a bit miserable. But once you step into the cage and perform, or even if you don't perform, but you know that you put your most effort in, that's where it comes.
Right on. Would you have any advice that you'd give anyone to try and kind of manage their nervousness or fears like that?
I don't know. I don't even think I'm doing it that great myself. But just keep fighting, keep performing in front of crowds. Performing in front of crowds is way different than going going hard sparring or doing hard work in the gym.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is definitely.
Like I can do 20, 25, 30 minutes with a training partner hard non-stop. But I did 9 minutes there and I never felt so exhausted. Like my coach, for example, way better than me, would beat the shit out of me in a couple minutes if we want to. I could go, me and him could do plenty of hard rounds and I'm still in there. Of course he's winning, but like I'm still in there doing my thing. But like in the middle of that though, like after a couple of minutes, you never feel so tired in your life. Just the atmosphere, the adrenaline.
The adrenaline, I think, is difficult to prepare for, especially after your first for your first time.
I swear at the end of it, like even your gloves feel like 2 liter dumbbells afterwards.
Yeah,
I swear.
But, all right, man. Look, I don't want to keep it too much longer. I know you gotta. Well, we both got a bit of a trek home. But look, man, I appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing you fight again. When are we going to see you fight again, do you think?
I'm doing the Alta show in 2 weeks, just for a guy's looking for an opponent.
2 weeks or next week?
2 weeks, yeah. And after then, sometime maybe in February or March.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, man. Look forward to it.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Till next time.